It's crazy how you're thinking about something and then somebody pops up on your FYP talking about it. I'm going to tag this creator. I saw an amazing video where she was talking about how men steal women's personalities. And I am a true believer that most men, an average man, is a natural energy vampire. And I don't think them being an energy vampire is always done in a negative way, right? Something I also noticed spiritually also, how come most men that are raised by their mothers are feminine? They lack a masculinity, but not all women who are raised by their fathers or around boys end up being masculine. Like my mother, super feminine, one of the most feminine women I've ever met. And it blew my mind that she actually lived with her father and she had 3 brothers and came out super, super feminine. I found that very interesting. And that leads me to believe that men really watch their mothers and really watch women to kind of mold who they are. And she was saying in this video, the creator, the truth teller, her name is, I will definitely tag her. She was saying how men will take women's interests, their personality, hobbies, and they will use that information for their next victim, which is very true. And I know a lot of narcissistic men that did this, who used to steal my personality. And it really prompted these emotions and memories in me about a male friend I had. So not lovers just do this. Your brother, your god brother, your uncles, your father, like any man in your life can actually steal your personality. And it's pretty creepy. And through the years, I had a lot of narcissistic male friends that did this. So about 10 years ago, I met this guy on a Facebook group. I don't know how I ended up in this Facebook group, but I ended up connecting with this dude, and I thought he was cute, but I was like, oh no, I was like 10 years older than him. So I friend zoned him and we stayed in touch. He lived in Texas, I live in New York. So we wouldn't be able to like hang out and stuff like that, but we eventually did meet up in Texas. And we stayed friends on and off, I guess you can say, for 10 years. And I noticed some narcissistic ways about him, but because I wasn't dating him, I really didn't care. But as we started to get close towards the end of the years of us knowing each other, I noticed that he was wanting to talk to me more and more, like every day. Like he would want to be on the phone with me for like 4 or 5 hours, and he was talking to me daily, and I was just like, what man wants to be on the phone with his female friend for hours and hours and hours? And every time he talked about his love life, it was always like women are fighting over him, and women are keying his car, and 2 women are fighting, and it was always like some type of womanizing drama going on. And I, checked him one day, and I was like, yo, what are you doing? Why are these women showing up at your job? Why are they keying your car? Why are they doing all these things? What's going on in your life? I started to check him and started like really analyzing his life. The next thing I know, I was going to start a CMOS smoothie type business and also do like body scrubs, body butters. The next thing you know, I'm scrolling down Facebook and Instagram, and I see that he has started CMOS in shea butter, body butter type of business. And I was blown away. I was just like, since when is he, into this? So I questioned him about it. I was like, hey, like, what made you want to get into CMOS? What made you want to get into body butter? Oh, I don't know. I was just like researching it and decided to do it. And it was just completely out of his personality, out of his character. He was a gym teacher. So I was just like, okay, cool. Keep in mind, he was selling like hot wings and stuff like that. So I knew that he got this idea from me because I told him that I was going to create this business. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. He's in Texas. I'm in New York. I can still do my business. It's all good. But I'm really peeping that he's starting to take my ideas and he's creating a personality and life around it. So I used to be a performing poet. I started in 2013, and then I published my own poetry book in 2016. And the next thing you know, he's like, oh, I'm performing poetry. And I was like, okay, I didn't even know you was into poetry. That's what's up. He started competing. He actually did pretty well. I listened to his poetry and I noticed that he was good at performing, but the soul wasn't there. Like, his poems were like pretty basic to me. It didn't have depth. It didn't feel as if it was coming from the soul. You know what I mean? Even with singers and rappers, who's talented and who actually like has that thing, that je ne sais quoi. He didn't have it. And the reason why he didn't have it was because he really wasn't into poetry. He was just trying to become like a male version of me. So one day he actually confesses to me, hey, I actually became a poet because of you, and I'm creating a book too. And I was like, okay, that's what's up. Congratulations. I think you're doing pretty well. He said, yeah, in my book, I thanked you. And I said, okay. When I went to go look at the thank yous in his book, I was like maybe the 20th person in his thank yous, and he spelled my name wrong. Now, this is supposed to be my friend that I've known for 10 years, and he spelled my name wrong. I was pissed. I was insulted. I'm in my head like, yo, this dude literally taking my business ideas, taking my life. He's becoming a male version of me and disrespecting me like that. Whatever. Now, how I ended this friendship was a woman that he was dating, sleeping with, contacted me on Instagram and said that she had found about 10 other women that he was sleeping with, and she had an idea maybe he could be like a sex addict or a narcissist or something like that. And that was just my spiritual confirmation about this dude. So I think all these years, while I was just his female friend, we've never kissed, we never slept together, nothing's ever occurred between us. I literally think that he was taking information from me, taking my ideas, taking my talents, and literally using them to court these women and sleep with these women. Be careful. It's not just your lovers, male friend, it's your male friends too. It could be your family as well. Like, these men will literally take other women's personality, their interests, the things they like, just to will in other women. Be careful out there. Men are crazy.